There are so many animal lovers right here in Central Ohio, and I know you will truly appreciate these two men and the work they do. Well, one guy and one young man, too. I want you to meet Stephen and Evan Baldwin. It's a father and son team trying so hard to fight animal cruelty. Stephen, you created ACT Ohio, the animal cruelty. That, what, a couple years ago?
We're coming up just on our 2-year anniversary, actually.
Why even start this whole thing?
I ran a traditional humane society, Union County, a very good humane society, and it's a rural area, though, and as I started to do my job, more animals started to come in from even more rural areas that were victims of neglect and cruelty. And I started to realize that as you go farther and farther out, there's really no one to do my job, which is to be a humane agent, humane officer, and to investigate animal cruelty. A lot of it goes back to the pay. I get paid $25 a month to do my job. So you don't find a lot of people willing to do that in the rural areas. So we formed ACT, not to necessarily be the solution, but to let people know there's a big problem out there, a lot in the rural areas.
Well, we have some pictures of what you actually do. And when we talk about saving neglected or abused animals, it's not just dogs that you're working. What are you doing here?
It was a neglect situation. The owner had actually passed away. That's a livestock case. We prosecuted successfully starved lambs and sheep. There's some chickens. We were trying to figure out why they crossed the road. Couldn't get any answers. That's a joke. There's a dog tied up outside in the cold. Aww. We rescued him, got him up to weight, got him adopted out. That we see a lot out in rural Ohio. There's a lot of dogs tied up like that all the time in extreme temperatures, chained up like that
so
for their entire lives. It really
breaks your heart to think that these dogs are living like this day in and day out their entire life. Now, Evan, you're 8.5 years old. You're already learning at such a young age to be nice to animals. How important is that, do you think?
I think it's just very important. I want to teach everybody how to treat dogs and be nice to them.
And you help your dad out because you guys go into different schools because you're working with kids just like Evan to realize the importance of treating them the right way.
Yes, exactly. You know, one of the things that I believe the humane agent has 3 responsibilities: to educate, to assist, and to enforce. We can only enforce laws in our county, so statewide we do a lot of education and a lot of assistance. So one thing we do is we talk about dog bites, and you know, dogs, children between the ages of 5 and 9 are the group most likely to be bitten by a dog. And a lot of times it's not because the dog is aggressive or because of the way the dog looks, it's because children don't necessarily know what to do and how to be safe around a dog. So we go out and we teach kids how to be safe around a dog.
That's awesome. I'm holding Belle, and Belle had a sad start to her life.
She did. Belle came up out of the Cleveland area. She was part of an area where there's suspected dog fighting. Her jaw was actually hanging off of her when they got her. If you look at her ears, they're like antlers, basically. She's got scars all over her face. So she was very reactive. She was very afraid of other dogs, and we had to rehab her for a long time. As we went through the rehab process, we realized how people-friendly she was, and dog-friendly now. She lives in my house with 14 dogs, and they all play and love each other, and she's learned a new way to live.
Well, I cannot thank you from the bottom of my heart, the work that you do to help save dogs, neglected animals of all sorts. Real quickly, if anyone sees neglect or abuse in their own neighborhood or something, what should they do? They're not out in the trenches like you are, actually rescuing them, but I'm sure they've got to do something.
Start local. Your local county humane society, your local county humane agent, they have the legal responsibility to investigate acts of cruelty and neglect. If you don't have one, go to your deputy. If they won't help you, come to us. We'll try and do whatever we can to assist in that situation.
Again, it's ACT Ohio, A-C-T Ohio. Stephen and Evan, can you give me 5, buddy? You were awesome, and thank you for doing your part in being nice to animals too at a young age. I think that's great.
Yeah, it's very fun being a photographer and taking pictures for my dad.
You were taking those pictures?
He's taking quite a few of those.
Oh my gosh!
He's taking quite a few of those.
Quite a talent here. All right, we will be right back, everybody, with so much more. You're like a cat.